Let's get it. It's an absolutely wonderful day here in the Carolinas. Absolutely gorgeous, as we always like to say, because it is. Because this is a day that the Most High has made in order for us to rejoice in and be glad, to get excited about it. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been feeling kind of needing to take my own medicine this last week. It's been a very troublesome week, and I can't even say something I can put my finger on that was causing me so much trouble. But I must say, it has been little aggravating things after the other. And I would also say things that wouldn't ordinarily get me out of myself has been trying to get me out of myself. Trying to get me out of my spirit, out of my ruach. And I thought I'd sit out here in the sun today to soak up some of this vitamin D. But it's got me sweating like a workhorse. However, with the way my week has been going, I really want to encourage someone else today. Boy, that's hot. I really want to encourage someone else today not to misdiagnose your own issue. Because as I came out and was studying this morning, that was going to be my idea. Misdiagnosed on purpose. And the question is, have you been misdiagnosed? And see, just like I was saying, the Most High won't let you apply medicine or medication to other folks if He hadn't first applied it to you in your life. So do know that I do have history with what I'm talking about. With the question, have you been misdiagnosed? And I say this because I was misdiagnosed after I had that stroke, open heart surgery, brain surgery to remove blood clots, 3 major surgeries on my left leg, and then finally 3 toes amputated off that left limb. But all praises to the Most High. See, like I said, when the Most High makes a statement, He wants you to ask questions. But when He asks you a question, He's trying to get you an answer. And I know that may sound a little crazy, but it makes sense to me, so I speak it. And He asked me the question, what are all them pills for? What are you putting in your body? And I think that's how it started off, because I know at one time I said I don't want to be taking all this medicine. Then He asked me the question, what is all that you taking in the first place? So I knew then I needed to do some studying as far as what I was taking into my body. And by pure strangers that I didn't know. And see, a lot of times we're giving doctors more leeway in our lives than we should, simply because they have a beautiful personality. They're real outgoing, outspoken, and they act like they have a lot of faith in what they're saying. And I had said this also about preachers, how they're always outgoing, have great personalities, outspoken, but they have taken the Most High's word and turned it into their own gospel. They have taken our Yahushua and turned him into their Jesus and preach Him as if He's their own, but He's not. But back to what I was saying, And I come to find out that one of the medications that I was on was actually bad for my heart. And it was a heart medication, but there was a study done and it was red flags everywhere about this medication. And it was a study done saying that it would cause more damage to the heart than it helps. So I knew right then it was over. I said to myself, well, I prayed and I said, Father, I don't want to be taking this stuff if it's hurting me. And I remember like it was yesterday. He said, well, what you gonna do about it? I said, well, I ain't gonna take it. He said, well, whatever direction you go in, I'm with you. Like I told you, I never leave you or forsake you. I'm with you. So I said, well, that settles it. I'm gonna quit taking it. And it's like we was just going back and forth. He was trying to see what decision I was gonna make, and he was like, all right then. And I'm waiting to hear him say, well, are you sure? Do you want to do something else? Or, are you sure you want to come off this? But no, he was silent. So I knew that was a move that I had to make off of his question, what are you digesting into your body that you're basically thinking is helping you, but it's hurting you? And no, he didn't say all that, but when he asked the question, he's insinuating that you need to do some investigating on your own. And see, my script for today around this testimony would basically be to study to show yourself approved. I have been on this script for the last month or so, and I can't get off it because everywhere I turn, every corner I turn around, I see this script staring back at me in my face of how I need to put my time in to see what's the real's going on. See what's really going on in my life, in my story, in my body. And see, a lot of us, we've been feeding our bodies or digesting into our bodies things that's been harmful for us all along. Just like with what caused me to have the blood clots in my leg in the first place or throughout my body. But that's a whole nother subject for another day. But my word of encouragement would be to study to show yourself approved. Study what you're being prescribed. Do a word study on it. Just look it up. And look it up and see if there has been any tests done on it, by who, and what was the results. And see, by this time, the Most High had already changed my diet. And like I wrote in my notes, I left the hospital and the rehab center with a bag full of dope. My wife going to get me little containers for day and night. We had a container full of pills I had to take during the day, and then another container full of what I had to take during the nighttime. And I said, I'm not taking this dope no more. I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm like, Father, if you're with me on this one, you're with me on everything. So like I said, I changed my diet. Now that's the most important thing. So all that I was needing to get into my body, I was getting without the dope. My body is gonna heal itself anyway. The Most High made us like that. But we need to put in it the right nutrients to do so. We need to give it the right tools to do its job. So I wouldn't advise just jumping out here quitting all your medication. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm really saying is, who can you trust? Do you really trust those white stiffs? Pardon me, that's not the way I meant it. Do you really trust those stiffs in those white coats that say they're your friend, but they're not really your friend, that's getting paid off of you? That's getting paid off every prescription. Do you really trust them, or do you trust the Most High? And see, this is the point where the line is drawn in the sand in this situation. You have to be like, for yourself, you have to study for one thing and see what you are digesting, what you're putting in your body. And then you have to study the Most High's word, build up your faith in Him in that area, so you'll know he'll never leave you or forsake you. And what that basically means, I never steer you wrong. I never lead you down a path that I'm not gonna walk it with you. Just like our script and thought a few days ago was, he leading me through paths of righteousness for his name's sake. See, the Most High is building his story. He's building up his glory. He's gonna get the glory out of every situation. That's why it says for his name's sake. He's making his name big in this earth as the creator, as the orchestrator of everything. So we need to let him. We need to get out of the way and let him do what he do, but also giving him leeway to do it in our lives. But the question of the day is, have you been misdiagnosed? And are you on medication that you shouldn't be on? And another thing I wrote in my notes, are you even seeing a doctor that you should be seeing? But all praise to the Most High. I just wanted to convey that thought over today. Have you been misdiagnosed? Are you listening to folks that you shouldn't even be listening to? Are you even in the presence of people you shouldn't even be in the presence of? Oh boy. And a lot of times we're misdiagnosed by our friends and family. They're telling us what's best for us when really it's not. Just like I read a post this morning on TikTok. One of my friends posted that a fella was paying his baby mother $450 a month for child support. Well, literal child support, not the child support. But what ended up happening was her friends got into her ear telling her that she should take the case to the child support office to see if she can get more money. So foolish enough, she did that and ended up getting $180 a month in child support. So that's all she's getting in child support is $180 a month. No more, no less. And the question was, is this wrong? Should he still give her the $450 a month that he was giving her in the first place? Or should he just give her the $189, which the courts decided was what the woman needed to take care of the child? Or should he give her the extra that he was giving her per month? Okay, let's get it. I'm sure we got all kinds of answers going off on that one. Well, he should give the money to, he should give what he was giving in the first place. Get out your emotions. And see, we did a recording a few weeks ago, if not last week, I believe, about getting out your emotions. And see, that's where a lot of our problems lie. We're in our emotions and not in our common sense department. However, most of us are not even giving place to the Most High's voice. His Ruach HaKodesh. Oh boy. And see, what we have to realize is we are not the Ruach HaKodesh. We are not folks' God, or Elohim, or Yah, or El. However you say God, I say it with Elohim. And I say the Most High Elohim, which there's only one. But we set up other gods in his place in our lives. Uh-oh. Goes back to the doctor, don't it? We would rather take the word of the doctor in the white coat more than not with the white face, more than not stay way across town and don't care nothing about you or your hood. But he will tell you that you have such and such going on when he knows you don't have that going on in your life. Go on now. You better get somewhere, I'm gonna kill you. I don't like killing the Most High's creations, but I will. Especially if you biting on me. I'm gonna bite you back. And my bite can be a little harder. It's a pretty color he got going on there, with the dark brown, the white, and the tan. But yeah, we got to tear down them walls, or tear down them false gods we have in our lives, with them doctors, them preachers, them friends, them parents. Oh boy, we getting deep now, ain't we? Or shouldn't I say, aren't we? No, we'll say, ain't we? See, something else I want to share that was on my mind. I think I said something close to it a week ago, last week. I said, you better be yourself in this walk. Who the Most High made you to be. And stop listening to everybody and their opinion of who you are, and their opinion of what's good for you. Oh boy. People will throw that idea on you. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Okay. No, I'm built different. No, I'm built differently. I'm not like you. I've had a different upbringing. Well, I was raised different. And more importantly, I was raised by the Most High. Like the text says, your children will be taught of the Most High. And my mama used to sing that song to us all the time. My children are taught by the Lord. And the script, they won't stray far from it. Pardon me. It's Friday, and yeah, I'm doing a little stalling while we're talking. But at the same time, my foot hurts. So I'm giving it a break and adjusting this pan. All praises, all praises, all praises to the Most High God. All praises, all praises, all praises to the Most High God. All praises, all praises, all praises to the Most High God. And see, I know I get on folks hard about what they believe. And I know I said that part about folks getting it when they get it for a reason. Because some of us has been taught in what we have been taught a whole lot longer than other folks have been. So it's going to take a little more dealing with them people than it have been for you. But the one thing that I will continue to suggest, and that is to study to show yourself approved. Just like I said, do the word study on the medications you're taking. See what kind of tests have been done on it and the results. And a good idea too would be see who the tests have been done on. And what's the results of people taking this medication. And then turn back around and get into that word. And see, what you do is you listen to the Most High's voice. Let him be the predominant voice in your life. That means the number one voice in your life. Not listening to other folk. Because other folks will steer you left when you should be going right for their benefit. Okay, let's get it. And two, oh boy, let me catch my breath. Pardon me. Like I wrote in my notes, when I say some, or when I say a certain group of people, just take into account that I'm saying some, because I'd be amiss and foolish to say all of a group of people aren't right. That's just like saying all policemen hate black folks or hate Hebrew folks and are out to beat them every chance they get. No, we're not going to say all, but we're going to say some, if not most. That's just like when I say preachers, I'm not saying all preachers are out just to get hold of your wallet and what you spending out of your monthly check besides what you give already to the church to see if they can get a little more at you. No, I'm not saying all preachers are like that, but I would say some, if not most. And there I would lean on most a little more than the other categories, because see, what I've always been told and what the script says, you judge a tree by the fruit. And how come we have a tree or church in every neighborhood, almost on every corner in these neighborhoods, which is mostly ours, but they don't have no fruit? And if they do have fruit, 9 times out of 10, it's rotten on the branch. That's because the message they're sending out is rotten. So even while the message is going out, the fruit that it's bearing is rotten. Oh boy. Now we would say the same thing as far as these doctors, wouldn't we? Not some. I mean, not all, but some. And I would say maybe most there too. But to be quite honest, I can't say that in all honesty, because there I don't know. See, it's hard for me, like I said, to apply medication to something I don't have no experience with, I guess I would say, or I'm not qualified to speak on. Like some of these doctors aren't qualified to diagnose you with a mental issue when you just have a physical issue. But all praises to the highest. Like I said, it's Friday and we're just taking it easy today. We're gonna get on around this corner though. Most High willing, jump on this bike, get us 5 or more in. And I'm going for 5 or more today. I'm not promising a week like we had last week. Matter of fact, we can't because we already missed out on Monday. But we had a strong comeback on Tuesday and Wednesday. However, yesterday I think we got like 5, a little over 5. So we've been doing pretty good this week. I think we'll average out right around our 30 miles a week. Or 25. That's the goal. However, can't always get what you want. Said you can't always get what you want, but get what you need. And that's how the Most High works. See, he'll hold back some of them things you want to get you what you need. And a lot of times, he can't even get us what we need because we don't want to listen. You know, I thank the Most High. I talked to my mother and father today. And both of them gave me some encouraging words. My mother, where I would say I got what I'm doing now from her. She used to get us up every Saturday morning and drive out to Mount Olive, North Carolina from Goldsboro, missing our cartoons, so she could do a broadcast, a radio broadcast. And now that I look back on that, that has really inspired me. And I would say, more than anything else, her persistence, consistency, and dedication to it. Because one thing about it is that radio broadcast wasn't free. You had to pay for that airtime. And I hardly think my mother had any sponsors, let alone folks giving it to her ministry to put forth the broadcast. Even though folks knew her situation, I would say, as far as being a single parent, raising 4 chaps, but she would still be willing to work hard, pay her bills, put food on the table, and still pay for a weekly broadcast. And that reminds me of the old saying, why do the good die young? And it's why don't we support the good folks that's out here really trying to make a difference? And I would say that's part of the struggle. That's part of the struggle, to see where your tenacity is, where your dedication is, where your long suffering is. Because I think on the most part, my mother's long suffering was from us, her chaps. Asking, why, mama, why? Why we gotta do this? Why we can't go to the park? Why you spending money doing this when we need some shoes? And I'm saying that, well, we want some shoes. We want some of them Nikes, some of them Reeboks, some of them things we see them other chaps wearing. We started wearing Bobos. And Bobos means some off-brand shoes. See, we used to hear that a lot. You got on some Bobos. Oh boy. And you felt like Bobo the Clown wearing them. But we had them on our feet. And most of the time they were clean. Didn't have holes in them. But all praises to the Most High. I just said that because you'll be surprised where your inspiration comes from when you start looking, and stop taking it for granted. See, a lot of times we're doing what we see our parents do. And that leads me right on into my conversation with my father. See, usually when I make my rounds of calls, I call everybody at the same time. And a little bit after I got off the phone with my mother, I called my pop. And all I could think about was how I keep hearing his voice. The older I get, I keep hearing his voice in wise sayings. And I had to call him and let him know that. I said, Pop, I just wanted to call you to let you know you have been and you are a gem in my life. I think he was taken aback for a second, but he came back firing, firing on all cylinders. He said, well, Bob, that's funny you say that because you was on my mind today too. And I was just about to give you a call, if not today, sometimes this week. And don't you know, you are a diamond in my life. And he said, I am proud to have you as a son. No, he said, you are the type of son that makes me as a father proud. Oh boy. And I got really touched by that, to say the least. Because I needed all this. I needed the conversation with my mother and with my father today. And see what I was doing. When you need encouragement, you call and encourage somebody else. So with my mother, I called her and was expressing some things that I heard while I was in prayer. But with my father, all I could hear was tell him about how you just keep hearing his voice. Nowadays, even more than when you was a chap. How you doing, man? Good, good. But it's all good, thank the Most High. And like I was saying, I was in need. So you might want to try that. When you're having one of them weeks, then I wouldn't say it's a week of things not going right, because everything was still going as it should. It was just a lot of distractions. And how many of us know that distractions can take your peace in a hurry if you let it? Your shalom. See, and this is the importance of that secret place. And see, a lot of times, one little thing going wrong will set off the whole, like I said, the whole week going wrong. But as I was saying yesterday, if not the day before, we have got to learn to be patient with ourselves. Let's get it.